Not a lot of it has to do with travel. I just want to share it with you guys just to give you a glimpse of what this Mexican dude from Los Angeles is doing in Riga, Latvia, Monday through Friday. Finally got the haircut. It's been extremely hot here in Latvia, so this is very much needed. I was letting it get a little bit out of hand, but that's not why we're here today. The last video I left off saying that things are starting to slow down for me. I'm in Latvia full throttle, starting to find my rhythm. And so for this video, I wanted to dive a little deeper in what I mean by that, because things are a little bit different this time. I'm trying new things. Even before I got here to Latvia, I had it set in my mind that this was the path that I was gonna take, which was to have a dedicated work spot, a place that I can walk to every day from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. and work on building my business, working on my craft, which is photo and video editing, and just working on myself as a whole. Now, usually when I did come to Europe in previous years, I often relied on cafes, which to a certain extent was pretty awesome. You could try a new cafe every day if you wanted. In doing that, however, there was always a few negatives to that, and one of them is you never had a dedicated seat. So I wanted a spot to solve that, a place that was comfortable, that I could go there for hours and hours. And so the only option for something like that was to look into co-working spaces. And so after doing a little bit of research, visiting a couple different places, I found a co-working space that I absolutely love. Again, it's not free. You got to pay for the membership. But if you're all in, if you need a place to be able to focus, then you can't beat a solid co-working space. And so Monday through Friday, that is where I'm at. Now, I wake up, I eat breakfast and walk there. It's a 30-minute walk to get there and a 30-minute walk back. So in regards to fitness and overall health, I think that is a perfect setup to always have some level of fitness going on. Sometimes I come back home for lunch and then go back to the co-working space. So we're talking about 2 hours worth of walking. I don't do that too often, but if I'm looking for a solid workout of just walking, then that definitely delivers. Also, I've gotten into the habit of riding my bike more and more in the city, something that I never did in California. So I'm still getting used to the whole process, but sometimes when I have a lot of work ahead of me, when I need to squeeze out as many hours and minutes out of the day, then I ride my bike to the co-working station. Kind of facilitates the whole process overall, but either way, it definitely helps with my fitness goals. So what is it that I do at the co-working space that I choose to do over spending my time in Old Town at the city center doing traveler related things? Is based on what is written in this blue little notebook. Every day before I go home, I make sure to list the next day's 8 critical tasks. Now, I got this idea from a photographer, YouTuber, Peter McKinnon. I never found my program on how to keep this going. And again, life is about finding programs on how to achieve certain things. I'm a believer in that. And so I finally found one that might stick. Simple. You don't have to sit down and just write for hours about how your day went or anything like that. The 8 critical tasks that I need to get done the very next day. Now, these 8 critical tasks range from simple to a little bit more complex that take hours and hours, and that's why sometimes I don't complete all 8, which I'm okay with. I'm fine with, as long as I progressed in at least one important area, then I'm happy to cross that off and leave the other ones open. But if I do have a really productive day, being able to cross off all 8 tasks is a good accomplishment. And in doing so, I feel like I'm progressing a little bit more. So what are these 8 critical tasks and what do they look like for me? And I'm just gonna pick out a random entry. I do this on the daily, so I'm just gonna pick one out and read it to you guys. Maybe it'll help you guys come up with your own system. And so let's see what we got going on. On July 8th, I wrote down these critical 8 tasks. Number 1, start the next YouTube video script. It's not this one, but I think it's going to be the next video. This one just kind of happened randomly because I think this might be some important information that could apply to you and your guys' life. So that was number 1. Number 2, work on a photo project. Before I came to Europe, I did a photo shoot project, and so there was a lot of photos, and so I'm still working on that. So that's an ongoing thing that I automatically been writing down pretty much every day just to knock out a few photo edits a day. So there's that. Number 3, study photo editing. There's a lot of great tutorials for the program that I use. So I dedicate about 1 hour of watching tutorials that I'm able to then transfer over to my photo editing projects. Number 4, study video editing. I am a video editor above all else, so that is a constant thing that I'm trying to get better at. My YouTube channel was created for the purpose of constantly having footage to edit. Yes, there are multiple side objectives of this channel, which is to show you guys different aspects of Europe and hopefully help you plan your next European adventure. But at the very, very basic foundation, I wanted a constant source of video to be able to edit. And so constantly on that video editing game. Number 5, start drafting certain pitch emails. Again, I'm out here building my business, and I'm starting to reach out to companies to just, at least engage in a conversation. So there's that. I targeted a specific company for this critical task. Number 6, send emails to other companies, other individuals. So that's number 6. Number 7, again, it ranges from simple to a little bit more complex. This is a very simple one, pat on your back type of one, which is create a critical 8 list. Number 8, and this is also one that's a constant, which is to read or to listen to an audiobook. Now, because I'm walking, it presents another great opportunity, which is to get 30 minutes, an hour, maybe 2 hours of listening to an audiobook. I love situations where you're just able to stack wins, like listen to audiobook, get your exercise in, you're walking to a place that you could get your work done. Like it stacks and you become better, and it's an ultimate win. So reading is always a critical task for me, and having that co-working space, which is very quiet and comfortable, relaxing, and a great coffee machine, presents a great atmosphere to get some reading done. So if you're wondering what I'm reading right now, it's a book called The Millionaire Messenger. I would like to say that the reason for this video and future videos is because of this book. I'm gonna do things a little bit different, in which I give my expertise. I'm gonna tell you what I know about traveling solo and how to go about it. There is one question that I continually always get no matter where I go, and that is how I'm able to afford to travel so much. So because of this book, I want to deliver my message, which hopefully is able to help somebody out there live a life of travel. This lifestyle that I got going on may not be for everyone, but it might really help someone out there, that's just graduating from high school or college and just wants to see the world a little bit more. And so my goal for a series of videos, all this is in the works, so I can't really give you all the details, is I want to create some type of training course in terms of getting your mind right, getting your financials right, getting all your chickens ready.
So while y'all at it right now, take care of y'all bodies, you know what I mean? Don't take care of y'all chicken. You feel me? Don't take care of y'all mentals, because look, we ain't lasting that long.
To be able to travel whenever, wherever, however you want. This book motivated me to make this video and start to draft a solo traveler program for this travel channel. Once this is done, then it's on to the next book that could potentially help me and spark creativity, ignite my drive to better myself, to better this YouTube channel, to better my business, to help you guys, to help anyone in the world. That's the beauty about this YouTube channel, is try to help people explore traveling options, especially solo, by yourself. Previously, in one of my other videos, I stated that traveling isn't going to get back to normal for like 5 years. I'm starting to take that back now that I'm here in Europe and I'm seeing how things kind of are working. I believe it's going to get back to normal much faster than that. And so I think this is a good time to really sit down as an individual that has been wanting to travel, to really start like, okay, I need to get my mind right. I need to get my money right, because once the gates open to travel, you got to be on there. Because you never know. One thing that we learned about 2020 and just the pandemic is one day all the borders are open, you have the opportunity to travel, but you're just gonna hold it off for next year, and then boom, everything's on lockdown. We got a pandemic going on, and your goals of traveling have now been halted and maybe even changed for years and years. So now is the time to sit down and really start ingesting all this information on how you can position yourself properly to travel and to see the world. Stay tuned. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, again, subscribe, and I will catch you in the next one. Peace.